Once upon a time, there lived a dog with a keen sense of smell. She was known far and wide as Nell the detective dog. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Time after time, Nell the detective solved crime after crime. Who was dropping nuts from the trees? Who was stealing honey from the bees? Who took a crap on the new gravel path? How did the spider get into the bathtub? Sniff, sniff, sniff. With her tail wagging, Nell the detective followed hot on the trail. Nell shared her home with a man named Peter, a very nice child, although he could have been neater. And 6-year-old Peter was one of those boys who was constantly losing his clothes and toys. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Nose to the ground. This is what the detective dog found. A bus in a bowl and a book on the bed, a sock on the sofa, a shoe in the shed, a teddy bear, a bouncing ball. Detective Nell found it all. Now Nell investigated from Tuesday to Sunday. But every Monday she did something completely different. She found Peter's bag and tracked it down. Then she went to school where she listened to the children read. The children loved to read their stories to Nell, and Nell loved to listen and to sniff. Sniff, sniff, sniff. The air was filled with the smells of Play-Doh and custard and freshly washed hair, crusts in bins and coats on hangers, but the best smell was the smell of books. Books about dinosaurs, books about knights, books about planets and meteorites, books about princes who turned into frogs, books about dragons, and books about dogs. But then came Monday when everything went wrong. Nell sniffed the air and smelled something unpleasant. The two of them hurried into the classroom and saw Mr. Jones looking terribly worried. He tugged at his hair and sighed. Peter looked around and began to cry. Sniff, 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 what's going on? Books, Peter cried. All the books are gone. Nell growled at the bad news, but then she began sniffing around for clues. Sniff, sniff, sniff. There's a cap on the bookshelf. That awful thief must have dropped it. Nell sniffed the cap, then yanked the leash and woof! She was off at breakneck speed. Everyone followed Nell the detective dog. She stopped at a traffic light. What did she smell? Sniff, sniff, sniff. Haddock and hay, pizza and penguins, and then the scent of the thief, and, how exciting, thousands of pages of writing. And then, woof, they ran on, without stopping. They ran across the field, where the rabbits smelled so good. They pushed through the thick, thick undergrowth until they came to a gate in an old wooden fence. Then Nell growled and pricked up her ear. She barked, and the bark meant, "The thief is here." They pulled the gate open, and Peter cried, "Look!" For there sat a man with his nose in a book. There were more books sticking out of the bag, and the children cried, "These are our books. Give them back. Sniff, sniff, sniff." The book thief looked sad. "Sorry," he sniffed. "I know I was bad. Stealing is bad, but I just wanted to take. I was going to give all the books back tomorrow." Take it? Take it? Nell pricked up her ears. She barked, and the bark meant, "I've got an idea." Then, woof! She ran, and away they all went, including the book thief who said, "I'm Ted." Sniff, sniff, sniff. They raced through the woods and across the field where the rabbits smelt delicious. They raced, panting, past the takeaway, the zoo, and the farmyard, without stopping once, only to take Peter's scarf and his ball, which someone had thoughtfully hung on the wall, until they came to a building with its doors wide open. And what did they see when they entered? Thousands of books from floor to ceiling. The books gave the thief the most heavenly feeling. He looked at her in amazement. "Where am I?" he asked. And Peter said, "At the library, Ted." "You can sign up if you want. It's free, and then you can borrow lots of books for free." So Ted got a nice new library card, and he sits reading books in his little backyard. And when it's Monday, Nell the detective dog comes to visit the school, giving off a wonderful smell. Sniff, sniff, sniff. With a distant look, she inhales the smells and listens to book after book. Books about dinosaurs, books about knights, books about planets and meteorites, books about princes who turn into frogs, books about dragons and books about dogs. All the old books and one new one. The story of Nell, the brave detective dog.